Hey. Hey, how y'all doing? So, um, I had a few of you guys to email me real quickly, and so I just figured I would do a video because it makes it simpler for me. Just to do a video about the first Sunday and technically why I want to do it or whatever. I did post it on my website and in my Facebook group, of course, but I haven't really just talked about it to you guys. And to be honest, I really wasn't going to do that. No particular reason. I figured, a lot of y'all probably don't be fucking with me that way anyway, or whatever. So, people don't like to read, and I certainly don't want to, what's my other piece to this? I don't want to, I took it upstairs, I don't want to overwhelm anybody with anything. But since so many of you guys kind of hit me up and was like, so I'm down here in my little office too. Good afternoon, good morning. Oh, that's another little stand. Oh, okay. I don't need that. Not sure I can watch YouTube, but we're gonna see Facebook, so I appreciate the poster. Okay. But I just, a lot of times people don't like read and shit, and that be making my nerves kind of bad. But this is my little office space here at my house, so you can see where I'm at. I'm at home, and I just wanted to kind of, I guess, talk about that because anytime somebody hit me up about some stuff I'm doing and it's more than, 3 or 4 people, I'd be like, well, let me just, because a bitch don't like repeating herself. Thank you. I put some water and conditioner on it. So I'm trying not to manipulate that much so it can kind of stay like that. I'm trying. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I'm trying. So, hold on. So that's what I'm doing as far as my hair is concerned. Thank you.
Is that enough cheese in
Can I get a fork? Yes. Thank you. So, the first Sunday, so to speak, the reason why I'll even tell you why I wanted to kind of do it was because of Simoes. Hoodoo Kirk Simoes. He was my godfather, as well as everybody know. And back in 2020, he called me, right? And he said that he had a dream. And his dream was, hi, darling. Thank you. Say hi to the people.
Hey.
So he called me and said that he had a dream that I was preaching. And so I started laughing and I was like, that wasn't a dream, that was a fucking nightmare. And he was like, no, I think you misunderstand. And I was like, bro, I'm not, I mean, I am an ordained minister, but that wasn't the goal. I was like, I think you got it mixed up because I don't think that's it. I think you was having a nightmare. So he said, no. Hi, Patrice. He's like, no, you're going to have to curate it your way, but I see you doing it. And I said, well, I already teach classes and stuff like that. And he was like, no. I mean, you're going to be having like a Sunday school or something. This was in 2020. I laughed at him because I thought this shit was so fucking funny. And he said the way that you just be knowing scriptures, the way that you teach hoodoo, he was like, that could really benefit people. And he was like, you really got to stop being so scared to be out in the public, to do what you were created to do. And I have to be honest with you guys. I have been burned so much by the people in the spiritual community. I have been mistreated by people that I call myself helping in the spiritual community. And I'm not trying to make myself look like a victim. That's absolutely what I'm not doing. Because I don't believe in being a victim. But I heard him, but I didn't hear him. Because I didn't know how they looked. Hi, Chelsea. Hi, Miss Phelps. I didn't know how they looked. And so he was like, you're going to have it. You're going to have, like, it's going to always be like a church. And I was like, me? Okay, Sam. Okay. So time went on. He mentioned it to me again. And I was like, why the fuck do you keep trying to force this on me? I don't want to do nothing like that. And he was like, but you need to. And I said, I don't want to. Like, I have a problem teaching people, teaching classes, like in person. My anxiety, and I'm being very vulnerable when I say this. My anxiety be high as fuck. Oh, and if me eating bothers you, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. So in 21, he told me again, he texted me this time. And he said, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to have this. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I was like, I teach the classes, I have my little groups, I have my YouTube channel. That is big enough for me. King and Queens TVC, I can relate 100% with you. Some individuals can give the spiritual community. Yeah. And at this time, I went through some health issues. I was going through some health issues, like with COVID and stuff like that. So I really didn't see that. And he was like, this is a part of your story. This is a part of your evolution. And I was like, okay, Sam. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Tronald Dunn from Boston. Because I feel like I really be trying to really help people out, but people don't be having the most best motives when it comes to me and when it comes to what I'm doing. Thank you, love from Canada. Thank you, Tracy. And so if you're not careful, stuff like that'll make you bitter. Stuff like that'll make you mean. Stuff like that'll make you kind of, because you will think that you're just one person to me. But you're not. I deal with thousands of people at a time. And so people will completely act like I don't have no feelings. Hi, Miss Jackson. Because they act like that. They act like I don't have no feelings. They think they can say anything about me. They can do anything about me, and I just don't have no feelings, and it just don't affect me. Yes, it do. And I'm on a much bigger scale. Like, I'm on a much bigger platform where, you know, it's like open season. And the thing about it is, once you get online, to be honest with you, you cannot dictate how people are going to respond to it. So you have to have some really thick skin. because people are going to project on you and everything else. But I still didn't want to do it. And I told him, why do you keep pushing this on me? And he said, I can see you in thousands, in front of thousands and thousands of people. I dreamed it again. And I was like, okay, see. That was in 21. The last class we taught together was a class about death. And if you go on my website, you can get the class now. It was the last class that we taught. That was in February, he died. I mean, December, he died in February. And for a minute, I didn't want to teach no classes. I didn't really want to do anything because kind of like my support system, hello Donna, my support system had kind of left me. You know, he went, and he protected me so much, and he protected me from people's opinions a lot. He protected me from other spiritual workers. He really protected me. And so when he passed, I really felt the loss, if I'm just being honest. And people treated me so badly after he passed. People treated me so badly after he passed. Because I was like his chosen child. I was like his, I was the one he put on the pedestal. And you couldn't come to him with no type of drama, no type of nothing about me. He stopped it. And he kept a lot of that stuff away from me. So when he died, it was like it was literally open season. And a lot of these people, hi Nikki, a lot of these people that were in the spiritual community, they turned their back on me because what a lot of people don't know is that he left his literary rights to me. He left the ownership of his book to me. I could have owned his book. I could have owned the website. I could have owned the business name because he left it to me. That's how much that man loved me. But I chose not to take it only because I did not want to mess up his legacy. And I felt like if I would have taken it, people would have stopped supporting his legacy because now I got it. That's what I felt like. So I didn't do it. I ain't got a dime of his proceeds. I could have, but I chose not to. I chose not to. I didn't want to stay in it. That's what I felt like. And I didn't want people to stop supporting him because of me. Because they already felt some kind of way. So people that smiled in his face about me when he died, they turned their back on me. They would have conferences, they have classes and conjure this and conjure that. And they would literally have workshops and the teachers would talk about me. Oh, that hurt my feelings when it got back to me. People that had actually invited me to be on their platform because of him, of course. Talked about me. And if I was a petty bitch, I would say their names. And I am petty. but I wouldn't give them short, desperate, broke, out of work, fake practitioners the energy of doing it. People that he supported, people that he loved, people that he trusted, completely turned their back on me. And that was okay because I wasn't connected to them anyway. I was connected to him. And so when he died, everybody knows I was there. I was there. Um, I was there. I held his hand. I was the one that made the decision to take him off the breathing machine because his mother was like, he wanted you to be the one to make that type of judgment, and I'm going to respect his wishes. And I didn't even know none of this. His attorney, which was his best friend, I would not say his name. He was the one that, because I stayed like a week after he passed to kind of help him get everything situated. And Maurice was a minimalist by far. He was a minimalist. And so everything that was in his house, he didn't even own it. The best friend that was an attorney, he owned it. And so the best friend was like, whatever you want, you can have. And I was like, I don't want nothing. And he was like, no, take the altar. So the altar that's in my store, my husband actually went to New Orleans and got it because the owner of it was not Maurice. It was actually his best friend, which was his attorney. And he was the one that told me to take it. But it got back to me, supposedly, that he had promised it to someone else, one of his other godchildren, which that was not true. But if they would have asked me, I probably would have gave it to him. I wouldn't have had a problem with it. I could have taken everything out of his store that he had. I didn't take anything. His mom wound up selling it to another worker. And her and her husband came back down and they got everything. I didn't want a dime from it. Didn't ask for nothing. The only thing I took was a Chase lounge that had to be restuffed. And I took the altar and I took a protection huge doll. It's about 3 feet that he got from Haiti. And they broke it. And I took it anyway. His mother gave me his tarot cards. And that was it. And I didn't ask for it, but she gave it to me. I didn't want anything. I just wanted to preserve his memory in my mind for me. But one thing, as I started working his altar, and he still had work, and let me be clear, he had work inside that altar. Guess what I didn't do? I didn't throw it away. I still worked it. He had work for people that he was getting ready to do. They had sent it to him. Guess what I did? I took it and I did the work. That's how much I wanted to protect his legacy and his name. Anything that I saw that he was working on, I took it with me and I worked it. Because that's how much I gave a fuck about him. So as time went on, I would have dreams about me doing this class on like a church or something like that. And I would be like, I know that's him, like pushing me to do this. But I didn't know how I was gonna do it. I wasn't sure how to put all that together because I teach classes already, but not having like a Sunday school or something like that. And so when I got into my program, my doctorate that I'm working on, it's religious studies and religious science. And I thought, well, shit, that kind of goes along with what it is that he wanted me to do. So not even knowing it, I'm still falling in line with what he asked for back in 2020. It's 2025. And so I just decided that I was going to start having a first Sunday. First Sunday of every month. Oh, you did? Thank you. You attended my first church class. Thank you. And so what I'm doing is I will implement scriptures, Bible study, and the science of religion, and kind of implement the sociology part of it, also the universal, the God-like mind complex, to kind of give you a more technical approach to praying and a more technical approach to spirituality. And I thought that is how I would do. That is how I would make First Sunday. And so it's like breaking the curse of like religion and church and the God-like energy, and making it in a way where it still gives people tradition. I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. But I just thought that I would do that. And I think I had about 40 people. And my last Sunday, first Sunday class, and I really appreciate that. Because it's recorded, it's on Zoom, and he told me that I was gonna be wearing green. So last Sunday I did white, and so this month I decided for March coming up that I was going to do green, like what he said. But that's the explanation, you know what I'm saying? Because like people ask me, well, what made you? And I try to respond to everybody that emails me about certain stuff like that. And I just thought that I would make more so a video of it in this way, and just to address it kind of publicly. But that's why. Okay. No, I'm not trying to have a church. Child, what kind of pastor would I be? What kind of, even though some people do call me their minister, and I am an ordained minister. You are fulfilling your prophecy. And I am. I don't know where this will go. I don't know how this will elevate, but one thing I do know for sure is that I want to always be obedient to my Godfather, even in his death, so to speak. I think it's an essential class everyone should take. Prayer is at the base of all our rituals. Yes, it is. There's a lot of skipped in religion that she broke down. It was enlightening. You are definitely, well, thank you for saying it. So, and you can still go on there now. If you go on my website and you go click on classes, you can see last month in February. You'll still be able to get them even if you can't attend it live. So that's why I'm still figuring it out, because I still listen to church music. I don't listen to a lot of stuff where it be like, oh, Jesus is on the main line telling what you, I don't listen to shit like that. But I love listening to worship music, like bringing the spirit and the energy in. So I want y'all to support me. I want y'all to be in attendance. I try to make it very reasonable. I think it's like $50 or $55 or something like that. But I want you to leave with a changed mindset when you take it. And then you don't just take it that Sunday. You get to have it with you eternally. You know? And I feel like I'm honoring what he asked for. And that's why I'm doing it. I'm not trying to convert nobody, not trying to be back in church. I'm completely not. However, I respect everybody and anybody on, you know, whatever they choose to, you know, whatever. But That's my reasoning for that. You know, it's because my godfather said it to me 5 fucking years ago that I was gonna do it. And I was like, child, whatever. And he was like, no. He was like, no. He said, no, daughter. What do I miss most about him? Oh, y'all made me cry. I miss his presence. I truly believe that I hope I'm the godparent for my godchildren that my godfather was to me. He was not just my godfather, he was my friend. He was my confidant. He was my father in a way. And we ain't nothing but a couple of years apart. He was my peace. And then sometimes, because he trusted me, I was his peace. And I was his mother. And I was his father. Because he was all those things to me. I was his best friend. I was somebody that he could tell anything to, and vice versa. So I definitely miss just simply his presence. He never judged me. As a matter of fact, he was the type of person to be like, you ain't wrong, friend. I'm wrong. It's two left shoes. When he be like, you ain't wrong. I'd be like, saying, I am wrong for that. I need to. He was like, well, if you think that, I think that was just his reverse way of like putting it back on me, and making me responsible. Like even when it came to like my husband and my ex-husband situation, I called him and I was like, this is what's going on. And he said, well, the only thing that I can say is you're going to need a house with 2 master bedrooms. And so when he died, Damon was there with me half the time, but Damon had to go back to work. And then my ex-husband drove to New Orleans to be with me. And yeah. So what I miss most is just his presence. He was like my mother and my father. I wrapped him in one, the duality that he had. He understood and he didn't judge me, but he would get on my ass too. There were certain things that I want to teach. He'd be like, no, you can't teach that. There would be certain things that I would say on videos and shit. He'd be like, take that down. I'd be like, oh. I'll never forget that I had got into it with somebody. And he said this to me, and I never fucking forgot it. He said, and I quote, never prey on the weak. And I was like, I ain't praying on that bitch. She ain't weak. And he said, where you are spiritually, she is not. So she is weaker than you. So you getting into it with her, it's not a fair fight. Now, is it? And all I could say was, you right. And he said, I don't never want to see you do that again. Never go back and forth with people like that. Because you know they're weaker than you. Now, I'm not saying that they're a weak person, but their spirit is weak. So I said, yeah, yes, sir. So I guess I just assumed that everybody would be receptive to me like that, but they not. you know, they want to argue and they want to go back and forth. And like I said, my godfather was just a couple of years older than me, and I fucking respected him to the utmost. My godfather was a Gemini. He was a Gemini, made of 26. He was an exceptional accountability partner. And for the first time in a long time, I trusted a man. And I'm going to tell you how much he remembered me. And, you know, it's one thing to tell people stuff about you, but it's another for them to remember it. I told him all my life, people always left me. I never know why they left. They were just gone. And I said it would always fuck me up that they would never even say goodbye. They would just, bye, bitch. Like in spirit, because not verbally. And Sunday, because he died that Monday morning, Sunday, I had been there with him for about 4 or 5 hours. And when I got there Sunday, he asked me to bring his black coat. I don't know why he wanted his black coat, but I had bought his black coat. Simo, we never wore coats, and the nigga wore flip-flops in fucking 40-degree weather. So why he wanted his black coat, I don't know, but I went and I got it, and I brought it to him. And he was eating when I first got there. He was eating when I first got there, and we was just like talking, and he told me to lay my head in his lap, and I was like, please don't pour it. And he was like, girl, that's what he said. And I laid my head in his lap, and he was rubbing my head. And he always comforted me that way. Because I would come to New Orleans. He'll call me and say, you need to come down here so we can do some work. And I would be like, oh, okay. And I would go to New Orleans. I would go to New Orleans 5-6 times a year just for him. And we would sleep in the same bed. And people were like, what? Baby, he like deep just like me. I'm so safe. But what I would always do is he would always let me lay on his chest. And sometimes he would lay on and I would just hold him. Again, we served each other in that way. And after about 4 or 5 hours, they said that they were going to do a blood transfusion because his blood was low and stuff like that. A kidney doctor had came in. I had no idea it was that bad. And so he said, you need to go. And I said, what? And he said, you need to go. And I was like, no, I'm going to stay. I'm gonna spend the night. I'm going to stay. And he said, no, you need to go. And he said, come give me a kiss, turn the lights off, and say goodbye. I was like, that's a weird fucking request. And I said, okay. Because at the time, Damon had went to the waiting room, and it was just me and him in this room. And so people was calling, and he was talking on the phone and stuff like that. But then he got quiet, and like, I don't know. It was like he was fading in a way now that I think about it. So, and he said it like almost like a whisper. So I said, what, Kirk? And I said, I'm not leaving. He said, yes, you are. He said, I'll see you later. Oh, okay. I was like, are you putting me out? He said, yes. Yes, bitch, I'm putting you out. Bruh. So I was like, maybe he just don't want me to see him get a blood transfusion. Okay, well, he didn't ate and he didn't joked around and I didn't been here 4 or 5 hours, so okay, cool. So I go to give him a hug and he says, no, give me a kiss. and I kiss him on his lips. That is not uncommon because he used to kiss me on my lips all the time. Okay. I'd be like, okay. So, but that's how affectionate he was, right? With me. And so I give him a kiss on the lips and I said, I'll see you later. And he said, no. Goodbye. And I was like, the fuck? In my mind, I was like, that is like, okay, goodbye. And I said, okay, goodbye, Kirk. I'll see you tomorrow. And he said, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so I laid my head on his chest again. And he patted my arm and he said, okay. So I left and I go find Damon in the waiting room. And Damon asked me, was I okay? And I just started crying. And Damon kind of held me. He was like, what's wrong? And I said, why did he tell me goodbye like that? And he was like, baby, you'll see him in the morning. You know, let's go get something to eat. And I was like, yeah, I'll just call him in a couple of hours. I'll see how he doing in a couple of hours. I was like, maybe I tired him out. And I was like, yeah. So that's how I kind of played it in my head. You know what I'm saying? And so we get something to eat. And I can't even eat. So then I start texting him. And he's not responding to my text messages. Normally he'll respond to my text messages. So I started calling and he wasn't answering. And so I called the desk and they went in there and they said, oh, he's sleeping peacefully. He's okay. And I'm like, well, okay, maybe he just sleep. Maybe he just sleep. Okay. So because he was in ICU. And I couldn't sleep. I just tossed and I turned all night. And I remember going in my hotel room and I just remember sitting on the balcony. And I have not smoked a cigarette in 25 years. And I was like, I need a cigarette. And I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I can't even explain it, y'all. Y'all know how, like, you know something is wrong. You don't know what's going on. But I felt like something was being pulled, like, physically from me. Like, I couldn't understand it. Like, I couldn't lay in the bed. I had to sit up. And the cigarette, he smoked like a choo-choo train. And I literally had his cigarettes because I was in his pocket of the fucking coat, and I took them out the coat. And I don't know if that's why he wanted me to bring the coat, because knew he had some cigarettes in there. I don't know. So I take one and I light it up and I drag it, and it seemed to calm me down. And I drag on it again and I put it out. And I take the box and I set it on the dresser, and I still can't smoke. I mean, I still can't eat nothing. I'm just, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know. To this day, I still don't know. Haven't felt nothing like this since. And the next morning, Damon has to leave and go back to work. So he flies back to Dallas because he was driving trucks and stuff like that. So about 10 o'clock, because I'm getting ready to actually go back to the hospital, but I was waiting till Damon left and stuff like that. And I still hadn't ate because I was just really off. And at 10 o'clock, I'm on the phone with one of my best friends, and I'm just telling her what happened. And she said, cigarette, you ain't smoked. And I was like, I know, right? And his mom calls. And she said, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, hey. I said, I'm on my way over there. And she said, okay, good. She said, he's waiting on you. And I said, is he okay? You know, I was trying to call him last night. And they said, well, he coded. But they was able to bring him back. And they put him on a breathing machine because that's what he wanted. But his instructions was to wait on you. Why, y'all, it did not dawn on me what the fuck code mean. Keep in mind, I've been in the medical field for almost 20 years, so how the fuck I didn't know that? And I was like, he coded. And I was like, okay. So I go downstairs, I get a taxi. It's like 3 taxis waiting right there in front of the hotel, so I didn't even have to wait. And they take me to the hospital, and the ICU from the front of the hospital is like a very short distance. And for the life of me, it seemed like it took me forever to walk. So I pushed the code, they let me in, and I see his godbrother and I see his his mother there. And I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. And so she explains that he made me his medical power of attorney. And I realized the hospital had been calling me, but I don't know what was wrong with my phone. I wasn't able to answer it. So his mother looks at me and she says, when you're ready, they're gonna take him off the breathing tube. Do you want him to get medicine so he can be comfortable? And I heard this voice say no. So I say no. And she said, okay, well, I'm gonna give you your time. So everybody leaves out the room, but just me and him. And I have never cried so fucking hard in my life. Like, all I could think was, why? Why? And I was like, this is bullshit. And then for a moment, I was like selfish and I was like, I'm not gonna tell them to take him off of shit because I don't want to. And he could probably live on this breathing machine forever. And then I heard this voice say again, no. And I was like, okay. So it probably was more like an hour and a half. His mom comes back and she says, are you ready? And I say, ready for what? And she said, you have to tell them. And I said, you can tell them. She said, no, he made you his medical power of attorney. You have to tell them. I ain't never been so stressed out in my life. I have never been, I don't ever want to be nobody else's power of attorney. I never want to be nobody that makes that kind of decision, like, for nobody. I don't want that. And I definitely did not want that with him. I felt like I was killing a part of myself, if I'm honest. And I just kept looking at him and I was hoping that he woke up, or I was hoping that he would say it's a joke, or he was just fucking with me, because we pranked each other a lot. Like, for instance, if we go out to eat, every time we went out to eat, I would tell them people it was his birthday. Like, every motherfucking time we went, I wouldn't give we didn't went to Mexico together, we didn't been to Honduras together, we didn't been to Belize together. And everywhere we go, I was like, it's his birthday. So they would come and sing happy birthday to him, mariachi band. He'd be fucking pissed. So I'm thinking that he's just trying to get me back. Maybe I don't know. This is how I'm trying to rationalize this. And then I see with the breathing machine, there's like blood coming out of his mouth. Or I don't know if it was, I don't know what it is. So I take, I wet like a paper towel and I clean his mouth. And I look at his mom and she's just standing there. She's just waiting on me. And I said, Mindy, I don't want to be the one to, I don't want to be the one. She said, baby, you have to. She said, it's okay, whatever you want to do. And I said, so I don't have to choose. She said, do you want him to suffer? He's gone. And when I looked at him, I felt his spirit gone. So I said, okay. She said, okay, what? And I said, okay, you can take him off. You can take him off the machine. See, his mother was a ICU nurse. She was a critical care nurse. And she came and she put her hand on my shoulder. And she said, it's okay. And they came in and they took the breathing tube out and he stopped breathing so fast. And then he was gone. And I'm gonna be real honest. My heartbeat ain't been the same since. And then I helped them clean him up. And his godbrother did a ceremony over him. And I helped with that. And they came to take him. And his mother asked me, did he have insurance or anything like that? And I said, no, not that I knew of. And so we called his attorney. His attorney said no. So I was gonna cut the check. You know, I was gonna, because the mother wanted him to be cremated. And she didn't want to have a funeral for him. And I didn't understand why not, because I think people would have adored him, and they would adore him even in death. But she didn't want him to have a funeral. And I later found out because she didn't like the gays, which is why he loved her in the first place. And he came to New Orleans from Florida. I didn't know that she didn't like him being gay. And I didn't know that she didn't like him being around drag queens and stuff like that. I didn't know that. I found that out a few hours later. And so she said that she was going to cremate him. And she said that she would give me half his ashes. and she would keep some, and she would give some to his god brother. And I just didn't, they didn't sit right with me either. Um, and then she said this, and it floored me. She said, I didn't believe in that bullshit that he was doing anyway. Girl, I was fucking speechless. I was fucking speechless. I did not say nothing. It took, when I tell you it took every motherfucking thing in me, it took everything in me. Bitch. And I was like, no wonder he never wanted me to meet. See, this is the thing. His mama knew every fucking thing about me because he would talk about me to her all the time. But I didn't know nothing about her. Like, nothing. Like, she repeated stuff, conversations that me and him had. She repeated stuff. Like, she knew who I was. I did not know who the fuck she was. Because he would just tell me that, I won't say everything because I don't want to do that, but I would just say that what he did tell me, it matched. So after that, her personality kind of changed. And I was not going to disrespect her at that time. She literally, when they was making posts and stuff about him, she was literally going on there saying, she contacted me and asked me, would I attack them? I was like, attack who? Who are you talking about? And she was like, you know, all of those punks. And I was like, you know, them was your son's friends. You know, your son loved the punks. Like, your son was one. Like, girl, like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, and she was like, well, I really didn't approve of that. I really didn't this, and I really didn't that. And I was like, oh, that's why he didn't bring you around. Because believe it or not, I had to find her to even get her to come down to New Orleans when he was sick. See, I didn't know that he was gonna die that weekend. I went down there literally to help him pay his bills because he had not paid his rent for the month. He had not paid his bills. So I went down there to actually help him pay his bills because he had been sick and stuff. And he wasn't telling me everything that was going on. His godbrother was the one that actually called me and was like, Duchess, Sin's in trouble. And I was like, what you mean he in trouble? I just talked to him a few days ago and he was like, this is what he really got going on. And I was like, okay, well, I'll be down there. I booked the next flight, which was like at 10 o'clock that night. I almost missed it, everything, because but I was trying to get there and I did. But I was going down there for that. I was going down there with my checkbook, y'all, because that was my godfather and I was going to honor him and I was going to make sure that he needed whatever he needed. So I had to, and I was like, well, did you call his mom? And he was like, I don't know her number. I don't really know her name. So here I go, Miss Investigation. And for those who worked for me at the time, I had everybody looking. So we found, and I was able to find his mother, and I called her, and I told her, and I called him, and I was like, Sin, why did you lie to me? You know, why you not telling me everything that's going on? And I'm on my way down there and da-da-da-da. And he was like, are you coming today? And I was like, yes, I will beat her this tonight. And I was like, why do you do this? So then I'm fussing at him. And I was like, give me your mama number so I can make sure it's the right number. So he verifies that it was his mama number because I had left like several messages. So she finally called me back. So she got down there the next day and I didn't get in the way. You know, I completely didn't get in the way because that wasn't my place. But she was a lot. Like literally, I wound up in the end going off on her, but I was really trying not to. His mama actually called Michelle Obama a monkey. If they just let y'all know what type of person she is. I was like, she looked like a man. She like a monkey. Wait a minute, bitch. Then she told one of my godchildren that her little boy, he was a handsome black little boy, and she would love to have him work on her farm. Girl, what is you talking about? And I'm not trying to be funny. When she started talking about him and his sexuality, like that was a lot for me. And I was really trying to respect his mother. I really, really was. But bitch, you can't sit up and call him faggots and shit like that in front of me. And you think, yeah, she was a real Jewish woman. And she was like, well, I like you. Oh, okay. And then she made the comment, I see why my son loved you so much. She was like, you're a pretty black girl. Keep in mind, the whole week that she was there, I stayed to be with her so she wouldn't have to be alone. And I'm just gonna say she wore the same pants 4 days in a week. I mean, in a row. Same pants. They did not change. Sis, go wash your ass. And I had to tell her, you want me to go run you some bath water? So I was taking her out to eat. I even brought her to my Airbnb, so I could make sure that she was okay. And I was like, I was really trying to respect his mother, and she would say like little racist things that have kind of catch me off guard. But I was trying to respect his mother, and because she's older and stuff like that. But I had to tell her, after 4 or 5 days of doing it, I was like, you really need to stop that. Like, I don't think that that's right for you to be saying this stuff about your son. And she was like, my son, he had a whole life that he never told me about. And he just left Florida, and he just left this, and he just left that, and he didn't. And I said, why do you think he did that? You probably ran him the fuck off. And she was like, I don't appreciate you talking to me like that. I'm like, I'm not talking to you like anything. I'm trying to be respectful to you. And she was like, well, I don't like a woman like that talking to me like that. I said, well, you know what? You can make this our last motherfucking time in talking. Okay? I said, you don't never have to ring my phone again, and I will never ring yours. But what I will say is that your son was gay. And he was a bottom, okay? He gave up the ass and sucked plenty black dick. Let me leave you with that picture. He loved bald-headed black men. He was good to give a black man a blowjob in any type of club. Because you want to play on my top like that. And I said, I'm not going to allow you. I said, you already denied. You already denied people to celebrate this man. So my bitch, look, cause stop playing with me. Cause I listen, I'm a whole Taurus, but you keep poking me and you keep fucking with me like that, you gonna get what the fuck you looking for. Like real talk. And I was trying to respect her and shit, cause she old as fuck. I was trying to respect her. And I was like, but now fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that was your son. Your son was a whole gay man. Okay? Okay? He loved to wear lipstick. Okay? Loved to be around drag queens. Okay? And he was a punk. Okay? A big one. Okay? He liked to bend over. Okay? This nigga done left me in so many motherfucking clubs and shit to go blow somebody in the bathroom and then come out. Like, stop playing with me. Like, your son was a whole girl. So for you to sit up and criticize his people and criticize his whole everything is beyond me, bitch. And I was like, that's why you gonna be fucking miserable. That's why you done have no motherfucking kids. Like, cause girl. And I was like, you weird any motherfucking way. And she was like, what do you mean by that? I said, you a weirdo anyway. You adopted Samoise when he was grown. Who the fuck do that? Like, girl, don't come in my motherfucking face and start trying to play on my top like that, because that's your son. He's somebody that you loved enough to give him your last name. This nigga was 20 years old. You are a strange ass bitch. Okay? You and your husband. And y'all ran him the fuck off. You already know that this boy was fighting. You already know every fucking thing that he was going through. Like, why would you do that? Them same people that you did not want him to have a funeral for, them people still gonna celebrate him anyway, because he was the type of person, he will forever be celebrated. He will forever be loved. And I said, maybe that pisses you off in some kind of way, but you need to check that or you gonna wind up by your motherfucking self. I said, do you even realize why you don't have cancer anymore? Do you even fucking realize that? Because she had cancer. But you know who got her out the cancer? Her son. The one she talk about being gay. I was like, girl, you are... I said, stop fucking with me. Do not ever fucking call me again. She was like, I just can't believe you disrespect me. I was like, oh, okay. So it's okay. It's okay for you, but it's not okay. Girl, fuck you. Girl, fuck you. Girl, fuck you. And I was over it. I was done. I was over it. And because people would ask me why he didn't have a funeral and stuff. His mama. And she can't say, well, nobody was going to help me with his funeral arrangements. That wasn't true. Because I came down there to pay bills. I came down there to write a check. I offered to help pay for his funeral. Like, I did that. And, girl. And she was like, well, I can't believe you defending them people. You mean human beings, bitch? I was like, why wouldn't I defend him? My godfather was gay. He was gay. He was a gay man. I was like, I'm so sorry. You can't understand that? And I was like, I could see now why he never wanted us to meet. I like to think he was smiling when I went off on her. I like to think that because, let's be clear, he loved when I checked a bitch. He absolutely loved when I read a bitch, and I will read a bitch for filth. He did. He loved it. He loved the drama of it. But that's a long explanation to that question of, I know he was dying laughing because she fucking deserved everything I said to her. And I don't regret nothing because, girl, stop playing with me. But I guess I missed it. I said everything I was wanting to say. Probably so. Because I read, and I never raised my voice, but I did cuss her out. I called her a fat, short, dumpy, Jewish, collage, what did I say? Kosher eating ass. It was a whole bunch of shit. I mean, I'm pretty sure she still ain't got over it. And because I was just, at that point, I had kind of snapped because you like playing on my top like that. But it felt good. But it felt good. Because nobody's safe. Do you hear me? And I feel like all of those people that he surrounded himself around in the spiritual community, if they really loved him, they would have fucked with me more. But they don't have to. And how I know all of this is because we have a mutual person that we both know came to me and apologized to me and said she misunderstood me based off of what everybody else was saying. And I'm like, well, what is everybody saying? So she told me, and she ran their motherfucking names down one by motherfucking one. So it let me know, and I'm glad I understood. I understood the assignment. And so I just went on, and I'm still going on. And, you know, fuck them people. And if I ever wanted to their ass out, I would. But for y'all to be having these conjure festivals and hoodoo festivals, and making me your whole topic is crazy. Woo! And she didn't just tell me, she provided screenshots. And I'm going to say, since that time that all of that stuff has happened, baby, he been working on the other side because ain't none of them people doing very well at this time. Not a one. And I didn't have to do shit. Because the audacity. The unmitigated gall. So I was just like, oh, okay, well, shit. That's how they feel about me? Oh, okay. I didn't know. Oh. And she was like, yeah, and this is a screenshot for her. And this, I was like, oh, no, she didn't. Oh. And I'm talking about up north. South. Yes. I'm trying not to, because it's just on the tip of my tongue to say it, but I wouldn't give them bitches the satisfaction because they don't actually get any views on any of their videos. And one of them that had to cut down, she didn't have to shut down her store and reopen it somewhere else because nobody's supporting her. One of them. One of them had a little Facebook tarot. Girl, the TikTok queens are beating you out, bitch. So I still got my little tee-hee-hee in the end, and I'm gonna let them hoes make it, you know, but be that as it may, let me round it back to, that's why I'm doing the first Sunday. That's why I'm doing the first Sunday, and I'm gonna do it every first Sunday, and you know, it could be 20 people in there, and I'm still gonna do it because that is what my godfather wanted, and I'm going to honor that. So I will continuously do it, even if it's not a lot of people, because it's not about the number, it's about the quality. And that is one thing that he was really big on, the simplicity of it all. And so that's what I'm gonna do. Now, if any of them hoes that was talking about me, if they ever want to come and say something to me, they are more than welcome because they watch my videos. And one of them actually said that they created Facebook accounts and YouTube accounts so they could watch me. Hey, sis. Hey, girl, hey. Like, I would never give someone that type of energy, but I said it yesterday that I didn't understand why they really be hating on me. But I guess that's just how these weird hoes be doing. And the sad thing about it is, I don't see how motherfuckers, thank you. They got their notification turned on and do. Because they discuss my YouTube videos. Why? Why are you discussing? Girl, I would not look at your shit. Bitch, I would not give you a view. But I did go on your platform one time, and like I never seen more than 14 views. And it could have been you just rewatching your shit over and over again, trying to get your numbers up. But I like no social media engagement. Probably because you short and dumpy too. Wearing ugly hats. Because I don't know. I don't know why people be thinking I be giving a fuck about them like that. I've never gave a fuck. My godfather did. He cared. Because he was checking motherfuckers left and right behind me. But not me. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. And one of them in particular was cheating on her husband. And it was her husband that was paying all the store bills. That's why her store went under. Because he stopped fucking with her because she was fucking everybody else. And not him. Thank you, Felicia. So I just, okay. Cool. I be knowing a lot of stuff about these people. I be knowing a lot of stuff about their business because they business be out there, but I just don't really be saying it because I don't care. I don't care. I don't care at all. Like, I don't give a fuck. Including the one that called Texas Tina. That's the inside. That old cunt. Oh, shit. She was sucking dick for pictures and letting motherfuckers eat up pussy and shit for her artwork, for her books. Let me stop. Don't get this Taurus started. But anyway, because once I start Taurusing, baby, it don't stop. You hear me? And it don't stop. Ooh. Child. And what you gonna do? You gonna whip my ass? No, you're not. You gonna sit your old ass down somewhere. Cause all them hoes is older than me. That's the tea. All them hoes is older than me. One of them, she got a spiritual store up north, and her husband is an Aryan. What you, the Aryan Nation, the KKK? Child. Y'all better recognize who y'all getting y'all shit from. Her husband don't even like black folks. And I just be seeing niggas and shit supporting this bitch. I don't even say nothing. I be like, child, if your girl only knew. Y'all, I have so much tea on. I could make a whole video and I could run people down if I wanted to, but I won't. Even the guy, like one of the guys that was talking about me, which I really find it hard to believe that men talk about women, but I guess that's what they do. Talking about he be doing glamour magic on hoes. No, you don't. You just be preying on weak ass bitches. You be preying on people you supposed to be helping. And them hoes be paying him. Somebody he just be magnetized. No, y'all just old and desperate. He ain't got the kind of power, child. These spiritualists, y'all be careful who y'all fucking follow. Like, I'm not even bullshitting. Some of them hoes is palette princesses and princes. Some of them hoes ain't got shit in real life. Don't y'all let that Facebook shit fool y'all. Don't y'all let that social media shit fool y'all. Y'all better ask and start requesting people's proof of power. And I'm not playing. Look at how they live their life. Because if they were so good at this shit, why their life don't reflect it? If they were so good and they got all of this shit going on and they could teach you how to do it. I seen somebody, one of his godchildren, I had did a class in Atlanta and he came to it. And this nigga was in a Honda Civic. Talking about he doing money classes. And it wasn't even a new Honda Civic. Okay? Like, I be wanting y'all to. Now, I don't be trying to go there with nobody. And I can't make none of this up. I am not that motherfucking good. You hear me? But I'm not like. So he be glamoring everybody. But the bitch he fuck with look like Buffarilla. Bitch, be for real. Be for real. Because if he could pull like that, why he ain't pull something better than that? Because she look like something that you skin her once a year and you can wear her and shit. Her skin, it keep you warm. Like, she's giving dump truck. She's giving, ooh, 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 ooh. She's giving that. Like, be fucking for real. Y'all hoes is just desperate. And y'all pay for any nigga attention because he ain't glamoring nothing unless he glamoring beast. Because that bitch look like a big old beast. I wouldn't fight that hoe. I have to get something with her. Hi, Angela. I'm just saying. Talking about he glamoring. Glamoring what? Animals? I'll be fucking for real. Like, y'all need to ask questions before y'all pay a dime. Ask questions. How you gonna teach me money spells having fundraisers for sale? How you gonna teach somebody about money and you got a metaphysical store and you can't even keep the doors open if your husband don't pay for it? Huh? What? Oh, okay. Huh? Y'all better make people prove themselves. Y'all better make people prove themselves. Because y'all don't let what you see, because all that glitter ain't gold. Y'all need to fucking learn how to use discernment. Y'all need to fucking learn how to use discernment. What you say my shade eye was top tier? Thanks. Chef's kiss. And if I do, come with it. But anyway, I just be talking. Don't mind me. I just be talking. I'm just saying. Y'all be going these people with love and they can't manage shit. Not they love life, not Jesus love life, not Buddha love life, not the dog love life. And y'all pay them to do love spells. I don't understand. Their life does not even exhibit that. Their life exhibit desperate. Their life exhibit pick me. Barbara the Builders. Because all of them hoes look like Barbara the Builders. Y'all make people prove themselves. Y'all, listen, y'all deserve it. You work hard for your motherfucking money. You fucking deserve it. Make people prove themselves to you. Ask Spirit to guide you. Ask Spirit for confirmation. Should I be working with this person? Should I not be working with this person? Ask and wait. Don't be so quick just to jump. Because I say, y'all do it for you. Don't be so quick for that, man. A pick me giving love advice. No, for real. No, for real. I know this guy that is a mambo and he is initiated. He's young too. And he's a dom. And in the spiritual community, all them older women, and he married with kids. All them older women was paying this nigga. All of them. Oh, I want to say his name. And they tried to run him out because he could tell all their business. And they was like, oh, he doing this, he doing that. Now you bitches willfully paid him. And the nigga told you that he had a wife. And y'all still did it anyway. Barbara the Builders. But this the people y'all paying to do work for y'all? I'm not paying now, nigga. Do you hear me? And I'm taking all my money. I'm taking all mine's money. I'm in control of that. I bird feed them what I want them to have. Point blank, period. And I said what the fuck I said. But, you know, everybody don't do it like me, I guess. Some people like to live in their delusion of grandeur, and they're more than welcome to do it. But don't y'all fall for that shit. Don't fall for that shit. If you have watched me, or if you just started watching me, go back from the beginning. I ain't changed. I'm still the same motherfucking red bitch I was back then. I am now. I'm a little bit more refined now, but I'm still that same motherfucker. And I don't be giving motherfuckers two shits of attention and time. I don't trust men to do magic for me. Women are always more powerful. And I agree. It's a lot of men. I have only met maybe 2 men that I trusted. All the rest of them, talking about I'm your spiritual wife. Boy, if you don't shut the fuck up with that shit, sit the fuck down, spiritual wife, my ass. But you know, whatever. But I'm going to tell you what y'all problem is. Y'all problem is y'all don't acknowledge the weakness within yourself. And you don't get to the root of it. So y'all tentatively will attract to a like spirit. What about studs? Sure. Whatever works, if that's what you gravitate to. If that's what you gravitate to. If that's what you gravitate to, hon. That's whatever that works for you, baby. Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you. Just make sure that you trust the spirit. If you have any second guesses or if you, then it's a no. Don't do it. I had a pastor tell me God said I was his wife. I told him, let God tell me that. Not for real. The studs be like that too. You know what? You damn sure right, because I had a call about a girl that had just joined my group, and she said that her spiritual mentor was a stud, and that they had started dating. But she had another girlfriend and her and the girlfriend together. I don't know. It was a mess. I don't know. Be careful with that because that'd be a bunch of mess. Be careful with that. Be careful with it. Because look at where you at. Look at where you want to be. And proceed with caution. Look at where you at in your life. Look at where you want to be. And then proceed with some caution. Okay? Trust the spirit. Anyway, I'm going to get off on her. I hope I explained why. And yeah, I hope I explained why. I hope you guys do attend, if not March, April. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Anyone can sign up. Yeah, you don't have to be, just go and order it. In March will be about money, prosperity is not the root of all evil. It's what you do with it. But I love you guys, and I really appreciate you guys. And thank y'all for the continued support after all this motherfucking time. I don't take it for granted. I've been on this platform for some years now, and I don't intend on ending it. And I don't mind sharing. And if whatever I have done, good or bad, helps you to be better, that is what the fuck I hope for you. But I will leave you with this. Be sure to recognize every weakness that you have and acknowledge the root of it. I actually made a post about this on my stories for YouTube. You guys should go look at it because it has work. It has Bible verses about the ego versus the pride, and you learning how to communicate. And I even give you a prescription. And a prescription is actually called, conjure work is actually called a spell. That's what they used to call it back in the day, a prescription. So, I love y'all. Have a wonderful and happy Sunday. And I'll talk to y'all later. Oh, you can go on my website, www.magicalLadyDuchess.com. Go to classes. And hey! Hey! Will you ever teach how to do tarot? I actually have some tarot classes on there. If you guys go to my website, go to class link. And I have classes that I've been teaching since 2018, okay? And it's a lot of classes I've taught with Simoise as well. So please, I'll talk to y'all later. And I say.